just getting into the Chase cards, aren't you? I can tell you're a bit green. But not to worry. It's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Easy Money, where money making is made easy. Today we're going to be talking the Chase credit cards. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Chase Freedom. If you're interested in the pros and cons of each of these cards, stay tuned. Now, towards the end of the video, I'm going to tell you which of these cards I chose as my first card and which one I wish I chose. Okay, because you clicked on this video, I'm going to assume that this is your very first Chase card. So there are a couple things that we need to discuss before we even get into the credit cards. So let's start with what you need to know to even join Chase as a financial institution. If you've never ever had a credit card, or you're a thin filer, which means that you don't have much of any credit history at all, you're probably going to need another starter card, especially if you have a credit score lower than 600. I would recommend a secured card from either Capital One or Discover. If you guys are interested in secured cards, or if you want a video on secured cards, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to get that to you. But yeah, so you want to start with a secured card before you taking any of the advice that I'll be stating here in this video. And then come back to this video and watch the rest of it. But until then, probably click off and figure out just how to start your credit card journey. So both of these cards are going to earn you points that you can later transfer to Ultimate Rewards points. Now these can be redeemed for a credit statement, a gift card, or just cash back, at which point you'll get 1 cent on the point. It would make the most sense to accumulate all these points and then later down the line, maybe transferring them to a Chase Sapphire Reserve card or a Chase Sapphire Preferred card, at which point you can use the Ultimate Rewards on travel using the Chase portal. That would be my recommendation. So both of these cards do have a sign-up bonus of $200 currently, as long as you spend $500 in the first 3 months. Now don't get caught up with these bonuses. If you're not going to spend the money regardless, don't spend the money at all. Why buy dog food if you don't have a dog? Simply because the dog food is on sale. It doesn't make sense. If you have to spend $500 to save $200, why not just keep the $500 in the first place, right? So unless you're going to be spending money, I would not spend just to meet this bonus. And lastly, there is no annual fee on either of these cards, so there's no pressure there. So let's go on this screen here and look at the Chase Freedom card. So this card gives you 5% back on rotating quarterly categories up to $1,500. After you spend $1,500, you'll earn 1% on every purchase. Every quarter, Chase releases a list of categories in which you can earn 5% back. For example, January through March of this year, you could have earned 5% on gas stations, internet, cable, phone services, and then April through June, you can earn 5% back on grocery stores, gym memberships, and select streaming services are included in both of those quarters, so that's always a plus. Outside of that, you'll be earning 1% on all other purchases. Now, who is this card for? This card is for the person that could spend $1,500 every quarter. Now, $1,500 may seem like a lot, but that's really just $500 per quarter. That isn't really much for the average person. If you calculate this is about $75 a quarter, which totals about $300 yearly. Now that's a nice boost. That's a nice perk, considering that there is no annual fee on either of these credit cards. Now let's talk the Chase Freedom Unlimited. With this card, you get 1.5% on all purchases. There's no cap, there's no categories. It's pretty simple. 1.5 across the board. Now who's this card for? It's for the average Joe who likes simplicity, who likes minimalism, who wants to just use one card for all purchases and not have to worry about the categories. Now, would I recommend this card? I don't know, because 1.5% is pretty low. It's quite low. There are a lot of cards out there that'll offer 2% starting on all categories. So I would say if you didn't want to go for the freedom, I would say look for another card altogether. Now, if your goal is to get 1.5% and then rack all these points up to move up to the reserve or the preferred card, that would make sense. But other than that, I would not personally go for this card, nor would I recommend it. Maybe if the Freedom's quarterly categories were a bit obscure or a bit too specific, then I'd probably say go for the 1.5% card. But the categories are fairly general and most people will be spending money in these categories anyway, so it won't be hard to meet those spending minimums. And so for those reasons, I'd say the Chase Freedom wins. Now I promise I tell you guys which of these cards I went for. The truth is I went for neither of these cards. I went for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Just because the travel points and the bonuses look so appealing, the insurances, I'm a traveling gal, so I really wanted these bonuses right off the bat. I would not recommend you do what I did. I would say go for the Chase Freedom card because you're gonna get 5% back. And you don't get 5% back even if you go with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I mean, eventually you're probably going to want the Freedom anyway, so why not just do it? They say that the minimum credit score you want to have before applying for the Chase Freedom is about 680. When it comes to the Preferred though, they say that you should have around a 720. Now, neither of these are etched in stone because they do consider other factors such as your income when deliberating on whether or not you deserve this credit card, but why risk it, right? Because they do a hard pull on your credit score. So instead of going big, I would say play it safe, go for the Freedom, and then after a year I would say apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve and build your way up from there. Thanks guys for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let's discuss which of these cards really won down below in these comments. Let me know. Was I stupid in trying to play it big? Or is it play big or go home? Which one is it? Let me know and I'll see you guys next time on Easy Money.